outside. Oh, alright, well, guess we'll make a video. Well, hello again. It has been quite a long time since I've uploaded anything to YouTube, and it's nice to be back. I was invited to join this sort of chain video idea that a fella named FM Jeeper, well, that's his channel name, I don't remember his real name, who I just recently subscribed to. He's got some interesting videos, so go check him out. He invited NickG into this chain video thing, and then NickG invited me, and the whole point was to talk about 3 modifications you've done to your Jeep that you like, and 3 that you don't like or maybe regret, that kind of thing. It's been a long time since I've done anything on this platform, and I missed you guys, so I thought this was a good excuse to finally upload something. A lot of you have stuck around, and that's amazing. A lot of new faces have shown up, and I can't thank you guys enough. But on to the point of this video. So I guess I'll start with the 3 things that I did to it that I like, and then we'll talk about the bad stuff after. I guess the first one, it's kind of dumb, but I really like it. I never thought I was a lifted Jeep kind of guy. I had this thing for years on stock springs, and then when the time came that the springs were just absolute toast, I decided to lift it. So I sourced out parts here and there and then put it all together, which was really challenging, but it was good for me because I learned a lot about which parts do what on your lift, which parts you need, which parts you can kind of live without for a bit. Since completing the lift, it's been a world of difference in this Cherokee. I really like the ride height. I do almost 100% of my driving on this thing is city. We get rough roads in the wintertime and bad drivers and all that other stuff. And Edmonton's got notoriously terrible roads. So it's nice to have something with a little bit of ground clearance. It's a real nice ride. Like, it's not squishy. It's not soft and marshmallowy, which you might want for certain applications, but for driving in the city, I like having that stiff suspension that allows me to kind of allows me to corner responsibly, but at a brisk pace. So the lift, highly recommend you get a lift on your Jeep. The height, I did mine. I mean, it's tough to get the height you want when you're buying parts because the springs they never settle to the height that you think they're going to. Like, this ended up being like a 4-inch lift, and it wasn't supposed to be. But that's what I got, and it worked out really well for me. The next upgrade I really like is my ZJ Tyrod Upgrade. Really simple modification. If you're going to do some serious off-roading, you're going to want something more substantial. But if you're just looking to replace your OEM tie rods, like you need them done, they're worn out, get the ZJ stuff. It's so much stronger, and I don't really think it costs any more money than the XJ tie rod setup. Buy a quality brand. Don't buy a cheap one. Get like a brand you trust. And the last upgrade I like on my Jeep is my bumper and recovery points, but I'm also including in that my uniframe tie-in bracket. That's kind of a critical part of it, because if you're going to use your Jeep front bumper for recovery, the factory bumper mounts are just not strong. You really got to stiffen those up before you attach anything you want to pull with. Get a uniframe tie-in bracket, super happy with that modification. Then my bumper, it's all homemade. I made it out of scrap metal I had at an old job when I worked at a welding shop. And then I welded it at home here, and I painted it with rust reformer, Tremclad rust reformer. This stuff. I painted right over the rust, and it's starting to rust now, but that's not bad. It's funny because in NickG's video, he talks about how on his bumper, he doesn't like that the edges of it don't reach the edge of the fender. And it's funny because my bumper, I originally built it with just the narrow center section, and I thought it looked really nice, but I wanted more protection on the sides, and so I added some bars all the way up to the corner, and I hate them. I think they look awful, but I guess they're good. They're functional. They're protecting that front end, the corner, and they're protecting the fender. So I guess I'll keep them. Well, with that, since we're starting to slide into a little bit of negativity there, let's talk about the things I don't like about this thing. The stupid light bar I have on the front. I really like my Nightlight spotlights, my little spotties. I'm not a Nightlight fanboy or anything. Lots of brands are great. Nightlight's okay. It's just what I have. The great spotlights, they've held up, they've worked. I don't use them a lot, but when I do use them, they just work. The light bar, I guess it works. I pulled the fuse on it because I never use it, and it's just in a dumb spot. I knew it was in a dumb spot when I installed it. The only reason I stuck it on the way I did is because I got it for free from the company that makes them, and they wanted me to do a review, so I needed to mount it, and that's where it ended up. I am pretty certain I'm going to remove it, and I've been thinking I might just do like a giveaway or something in case anybody wants that used old light bar. Might be good for a quad or something. I don't know, you put it on your Jeep if you want to use it. I don't need a light bar and the spotlights. The spotlights are already overkill. And the light bar is in a dumb spot and I don't like it, so I may as well just take it off and give it to somebody else. Okay, second thing I'm not crazy about on this Jeep, my tires. Now don't get me wrong, I really like these tires. KO2s are... I know there's good tires out there, lots and lots of good tires, but for me, the KO2s have been absolutely stellar. I've got them on my XJ, I've rolled on them for a few seasons now, winter and summer. I've got them on my TJ as well. Excellent on that too. I just love these tires. They're good street tires. I've had no trouble using them in the snow or in the ice, and I found them a little scary in some super slimy mud once. But I think unless you're getting dedicated mudders, you're going to find that with any tire. What I don't like about them is the size. I got two 35/75s on 15-inch rims, and I wish I would have gotten like 31s or even 30s, because these are like a 28.5 or 29-inch is what they end up working out to be. And just another inch of height on them would have been great, especially with this lift kit. The reason I went with the size I did was because I was in desperate need for tires, and I didn't have a lift kit on this yet, and I had no plans to do it, and I was broke. So I just bought the absolute biggest tires that I could fit under the sloppy sagging suspension that this thing had, and yeah, and that's what I ended up with. So do I like them? 100%. I love these tires, but next time I'm going to get some a little bigger. Last thing. This isn't a mod so much that I'm regretting doing as it is neglect. So what was the issue? Well, my headlight stopped working. It's a common thing on Jeeps, right? Headlights quit working, that stupid switch goes. That 1950s technology plunger that you pull out to get the lights to turn on. So I thought my switch was bad, so I pulled it all apart yesterday, and I was making a quick video on doing that. And then I ran into the electrical connector, which is completely melted. Now I've got a new connector on order from Amazon. Should be arriving here in like a week, because man, locally they wanted like $70 for this connector. So I got it off Amazon for $25. And remember, we're talking Canadian prices, so that's, like, I don't know what that is in American, half that. But still, they're just crazy prices, man, just crazy. And so, what is it that I'm regretting about this plug? Well, I could have avoided this. If I'd gotten a bypass relay, my switch would have survived. Probably would have lasted longer. Now, that melting probably started years ago, maybe even before I got it, but I just didn't realize. I didn't realize these plugs melted on the switch. Like, it's so stupid. I wish I had put in a bypass relay for my headlight circuit, because that would have saved my plug, and it would have saved me having to spend time splicing wires. So that video's coming. It's going to be a little longer than I wanted it to be, but I guess it'll show you guys more of how to fix that problem, because it sounds like the melted plug is really common. So yeah, that's it. That's number 3. I wish I'd put in a bypass relay for my headlight circuit. That would have saved me a lot of trouble right now. Especially in a place where the sun sets at 3:30 in the afternoon, man. Like, oh, I can't even drive this thing. All right, well, I guess that's pretty much it. There's other things I really like that I did to this thing, and there's other things about it or it's not so much things I did that I didn't like, as much as things I wish I had done. I've been pretty out of the loop lately. I haven't been watching Jeep videos. I haven't been working on my Jeeps. I haven't been doing anything with Jeeps. So after just having a quick look around online, there's a couple channels that I want to include in this. The first one, it's called Jacked to Jeep. It looks like he's got some cool videos. Beautiful Jeep. Looks like he's doing some neat things with it. Smaller channel, go check him out. I am challenging you, sir, to tell us about your 3 favorite mods and 3 regrettable mods, or something along those lines. Secondly, I'm going to include another channel I found that is kind of newer, and they're a couple. It's called Garage Couple, and they've got a pair of Jeeps. They do like overland camping videos, it looks like, and I'd like to hear what they have for modifications. And lastly, of course, I'm also including Jerry from Bullshitkorner. I miss you, Jerry, and if you feel like it, tell us about your mods. Thanks, man. Alright, if you're not subscribed, then subscribe. If you used to subscribe, but you unsubscribed because you thought I died, come on back. If you stuck around, you're awesome. If you've subscribed in the last year, then cool. That's awfully nice of you. You guys have been really encouraging. I still get lots of nice comments. Way more nice comments than shitty comments, and that's awesome. That makes me feel good. I want you to have a wonderful day. Have fun driving in the snow. And if you live somewhere warm where there is no snow, I hate you, and I'm jealous of your life. Goodbye.